Welcome, my dear friends, my dear masters, and my dear gods. I welcome you for this program because it is the essence of spiritual wisdom which has been handed over to us through the great spiritual author Harold Walvin Percival from his book Thinking and Destiny. As has been told very often, this book is very great in the sense that it's a book of books, and our revered Brahmarshi Subhash Patriji considers it as a book of the century. No wonder he has selected this book for offering to us the essence of the book, the contents of the book, in the form of daily messages which we are able to get and to learn so that we improve ourselves and go to greater levels of spiritual wisdom. I am S.K. Rajan, Vice President of the Indian Federation of Spiritual Scientists. I am accompanied by my partner, life partner, Girija Rajan, Brahma Vidvarishta Girija Rajan, who will be offering her comments together with some supplementary information from me. We have been considering what accidents are and how accidents take place in the last episode. So today we go on to know what are the balancing factors in respect of our thoughts and how exteriorizations are useful to prevent accidents. And accident is an exteriorization of a thought. An accident is an event which happens to one or more persons or things unexpectedly, without being foreseen and without intention. Therefore, the accident stands out from the general and foreseen order of events as unusual or separate. A so-called accident is like any other event on the physical plane, a thought in a certain part of its course. A thought is a being created by the conscious light and desire, and which, when issued, has in it an aim, a potential design, and a balancing factor, which balancing factor, like the needle of a compass, points to the final balance of the thought as a whole. The thought endures until the balancing factor has brought about an adjustment through the one who issued the thought. The balancing factor causes the exteriorizations as long as the thought endures. Whenever the thought, moving in its courses, approaches the physical plane, it causes the one who issued it to be in place for an exteriorization of a thought.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rajan sir, for reading out that excellent passage on the event called accident. Accidents mostly happen, we think, as per normal thinking, we think it is an accident or suddenly something happens, shocking happens. But for that accident to happen, somewhere, some time back, we should have issued such a thought to be in an accident, without which it cannot happen. The exteriorization happens to a person or a group of people or to any other material thing or anything like that. Anything can happen to anybody or anything. So that is that we call as accident, but it cannot happen without a prior thought which is pushing this event to take place at the appropriate time, place and situation. So for an accident to happen, it doesn't simply happen. It is backed by the energy of a thought or the thoughts of a group of people join together, and that energy that forms the course of events that will take place in such a way that those persons together or a single person may participate in that event called accident. So, the event formation is very fantastic, that is backed by this great energy, thought energy, and somehow it will come and it will reach the person. So, if we go back to the source and find out how we were there at that place at the time of the accident, if you go back, then we will know how the events have formed. Prior to that, what has happened? If you just look at that, it will be amazing, because there wouldn't have been any reason for us to go to a place at all. But suddenly some thought comes and it drives us to that place. It is because of the original thought which we have already issued, fearing an accident. So, that thought has to materialize now, exteriorize. So, because of that, so many other thoughts will come inside and push us to that place of event at the appropriate time and situation. So, this is how it is happening. So, but usually we think that it all happens casually without any prior notice, or we do not know about it. Yes, we do not know about it because we were not conscious of that thought at all. So, we were not aware of the thought. Unaware in no awareness, we have issued that thought, and that has become a reality. So, how we should be very careful in issuing the thought. That is what our great master Percival wants to tell us, how every thought of us is going to have an exteriorization. It is going to materialize someday or the other. So, we do not know when it will come, when it is going to take place. Only the time we do not know. But it is certain that every thought will find its balance and it will be materializing. So, we should remember that before issuing any thought crossing our mind, we should be very, very careful. We should never entertain thoughts like that, the destructive thoughts, so that we will be not involved in all these events, so-called events called accidents.
I would like to only supplement with one statement that this accident, as we call it accident because we feel it is of a sudden nature. It is not so sudden, and that is what Percival wants us to understand, that all this has been caused due to certain factors which have led to it, and that is our thinking. So, this aspect of it, if we are very sure about and very careful about, then there will be no cause for any suddenness in events taking place. So, I am continuing the reading. An exteriorization can happen only when there is a juncture of time, condition and place. The laws which control the exteriorization do not always fit in with the intention and expectation of the persons concerned, and the exteriorization is then called an accident. An accident is a perceived physical part of a thought which is proceeding on its otherwise invisible course. The exteriorization makes visible that part of the thought which touches the physical plane and is not yet balanced. The demonstration is made on or through the person who is concerned in the accident. Accidents such as a personal injury or a barn being struck by lightning or an occurrence which prevents one from embarking on a ship that is to be wrecked come only to those whose thoughts are thereby partially exteriorized to them. An accident presents to the one to whom it happens something of his past, either distant or recent. The accident is a part of one of his own thoughts that he has not balanced and which will endure and from time to time meet him face to face as a physical event until he has paid or received the payment through the direct exteriorizations of the design, and he learns his lessons from that child of his mind and desire and has satisfied his conscience. Often Accidents come to injure him, often to help him, and sometimes as protections.
See, every thought that is unbalanced, not yet been materialized, has to find its time and place and situation in such a way that such an event take place. But usually we think, we just casually think about something and we don't care much, give much attention to whatever we goes through our mind. We entertain such disastrous or negative thoughts unknowingly, unconsciously. So that is what we do most of the times. Most of the thoughts which are there in the mind are all junk. We don't need that. But we entertain such thoughts, the fearful thoughts, because of so many other karmas, so many other conditions that we have gone through. So now the time has come for us to understand very clearly that nothing happens without a background. There is no casual things that is happening here at all. Just like that something happened. No, it is not like that. Definitely there is a force, there is an energy behind every event, every single event. So that part of the thought which you have had sometime in the recent past or distant past, that will come into the fore and that will find its place and that will get balanced. The thought will materialize. Then it gets balanced. Then no more the effect of the thought will be there. But before that, situations arise in such a way that we participate in that. We may like it, we may not even have the intention of it. We may not like the event, we may not have the intention to have that event, but in spite of all that, the thought will get materialized. To our shock and our anxiety, it happens like that. So we should be very, very careful about the thoughts. Thought region should be very well handled. So who can do that? Only a person who is regular in meditation can handle these things, because mind is full of thought energy. It's a very powerful tool. But what we do is, most of the time we misuse it. So what happens? We are unaware and unconscious of the thoughts passing through. So when the events come only, we realize, oh, this is because of the exteriorization. Even that we do not know. Now only after Percival says it is an exteriorization of your own thought, any accident, then only we realize, oh, it is because of that. So until now we have not paid that much attention to our thought region at all. But thought region is the most important region out of which everything has been created. Because of thought, because of that energy, everything on this earth, what you see or what you do not see, all those things have been created. So we should be very, very cautious and aware while we think of something, especially for others. We should have very positive thoughts and miraculous thoughts. We should always entertain miraculous thoughts. That's why in PSSM we are taught that there are 4 types of thoughts. That is a disastrous thought, a negative thought, a positive thought and a miraculous thought. So we are trained to have entertain only miraculous thoughts. So always have faith in miracles. Yes, miracles are something that we have not experienced so far, we do not know about it so far. But when it happens, we think it is a miracle. But it will happen. We think it is only for the property of somebody else. No, it is not like that. It depends upon our thought. When we entertain such thoughts, then definitely miraculous thoughts, not only for ourselves, for others also, then miracles only happen. No need of having any accident. So we should remember this. We should be very, very aware, conscious of our thought region and entertain such thoughts on which we don't have any sort of the object on which about which we are thinking. We don't get involved or we don't get attached. That is how we should think. That is what Percival says again and again. So very clearly he has put it that every thought of ours will lead to any accident also. It is possible. So how we should think is very, very important.
The reasons why events happen to him in the form of accidents in an exceptional, unforeseen manner or that a man would not do certain things to himself, like breaking an arm, or that circumstances do not call for a commission of a crime against him, that is, an intentional injury, or finally, that the happening accidentally is the easiest and most direct way to bring about the juncture of time, condition, and place for the exteriorization. Further, there is in the happening of an accident a special call for attention. An accident rather than an ordinary event produces this because the accident is unlooked for and startling. An accident is brought about in the ordinary course of the law of thought as destiny. Every man has a vast number of thoughts cycling in his mental atmosphere toward and away from exteriorization on the physical plane. The thoughts live on with a tendency to exteriorize in the events which the balancing factor in each of them requires and projects.
Yeah, beautifully put by Percival sir. That is, every thought will find its way to materialize itself. What we think an accident, how it is an accident, because we don't involve ourselves until that time, that very particular moment in which the accident happens. We don't cut, if there is a thought, the thought is not exteriorized by cutting an arm or causing personal injury. It doesn't get balanced that way because nobody does like that. So, only way is to give a shock to the person who is involved, who has released the thought or who has entertained such thoughts. So, only such person will get that, will get involved in that event. So, it is very shocking, it is very bewildering for us to undergo that event because nobody would have thought of it. But nobody would have thought that it is, we have also entertained such thoughts. So, we should, how careful we should be in our thoughts, thought region, that is what he says. So, it will somehow it will find its time, place and condition in order that the thought is balanced by exteriorization. So, when it will happen we do not know. So, life is full of such shocks and surprises. Both plus and minuses are there in our lives. So, about minuses we are talking of, that is accidents. So, it may happen any time. According to the energy of the thought, everything will happen. So, if you have thought very seriously a disaster, entertain a disaster thinking for a long time very seriously, then it will exteriorize, it will materialize only in that way, in that form, in that intensity. So, we should know all these things so that we will be much careful and very selective in our thought, in our entertaining of thoughts, so that the thought region always remains soft and clean and without any disturbance. That is what is very important, because thought region has to be kept very clean so that mind can work as a powerful tool to enable us to go in our path. The tool can be used in both ways. So, like a knife can be used in both destruction and constructive activities. So, it is like that, the mind is also like that. So, we should always try to make the mind a very, very great tool in order that we get all miracles happen in our lives. So, that should be the idea. Then the thoughts, that unconscious thoughts will vanish away, they will never get exteriorized and we will never entertain such thoughts. That is the essence of the matter.
The thoughts begin and continue their cycles from the time a person issues them. Whenever they approach the physical plane, they seek to exteriorize, but they are often held back by the exteriorizations of his present design. When there is an opportunity, be it ever so slight, the whole nature of the man seizes upon it and uses it to precipitate an event which will bring about one of these exteriorizations. Every thought, once it is issued, endures and appears cyclically exteriorized as a physical event. For that purpose, the one who issued the thought calls mentally or psychically on other persons concerned with the thought through their atmospheres. If a cycle of one of those persons' thoughts coincides with a cycle of one of his own, this will produce unintentionally to the first one the event which is called an accident.
Percival goes on to explain further that how a person gets involved in an accident. That is, he says the thoughts move in cyclic manner, and when they reach the earth plane, the material earth plane, then they get their exteriorization. That is how it is materialized. So far it gets materialized, it is in an unknown and an unseen area. So it can never, thought cannot be read out, or it cannot be seen or felt also. Only the person who is entertaining it will know. Nobody else will know about the thoughts. And further he goes on to say that another person who also entertains similar thoughts, maybe he will also get into the same cycle of thoughts of the first person. Then the first person gets involved in that event of accident even more quickly, and the event will happen in a very quick, in a very short period, because the intensity will be more, because another person is also involved in entertaining the same thoughts. So that all these things are involved there. So other person's thoughts are also there involved. So we should know clearly what is our thought, what is other person's thought, how we should get away from all that. We have to unweed our mind continuously. So just keeping on my thought region very clean is our should be our goal, because then only we will be able to make the mind a great tool for our own upliftment, our own benefit. Otherwise it will go on like that, and the conditions will worsen every day, and will go on like that, and it's birth after birth, incarnation after incarnation, these things will follow us, and we will unnecessarily get into trouble until the thoughts are exteriorized. Somewhere, somehow, it will try to exteriorize in the earth plane when it touches the ground. So, the earth plane, the surface, then it definitely try to materialize. So, we should be very, very careful regarding our thought region and keep it very clean. Only beneficial thoughts for ourselves and for others should be entertained. That's what I understand from here.
Another manner in which accidents are brought about is by elementals or nature units. They follow and are bound by a man's thought and rush with it into his body as an impulse, so that he unexpectedly performs an act which results in an accident to him. He may, for instance, cut himself or may fall in front of a fast-moving car. Another way in which elementals may act to precipitate a thought is by producing an occurrence without human intervention, as where fire burns a man, or a cinder gets into his eye, or melting ice drops on him from a roof, or he finds articles of value. In every instance, his own thought, seeking exteriorization, is the means of precipitating upon him the event which he calls an accident.
This paragraph is very interesting. That is, the thought that a man releases, definitely it will try to find out some way or the other to exteriorize. So it may, the accident that happens, that is the materialization of a thought, can bring about a teaching for him, a learning. Of course, it will bring about a pain also, a suffering also, but at the same time it may be a protection also, it may help him also. So such things also happen because of an accident. Some people get protection. So in various manners, we have various events, we can see that. So, but there is a great learning behind all this. Every event contains a great learning. So we should be very, very cautious, and we cannot take things for granted and just think straight things should not be there. We should try to be in a meditative state throughout, so that the materialization will not affect us that much. So We have to be utmost careful. Even while our eyes are open in a wakeful state, we should be very, very aware. That is what the essence of paragraph, I think.
The purpose of an accident is to call one's attention to the thought of which it is one of the exteriorizations. One to whom an accident happens can always, by searching, find out something about that. Though the event may not reveal the whole past to him, it may reveal that portion of the past which it is necessary for him to know. If he tries to understand, he will learn, and he will learn more. If he is willing to pay, he must pay anyway. What he learns will bring him nearer to the adjustment.
There is every thought will find its way to exteriorization. So when a thought is exteriorized, then as an event like accidents, then man is able to learn from that. So many people, it is caused to teach him some lesson. That is what we should understand. Every accident has got its purpose also. So in that way, accidents, they help us, because it gives us it will give us a shock, and we will think why it has happened. Oh, it has only originated from me. So how I should have my thought region. That is the first learning that man gets. So somehow we get so many things that we'll get so many lessons through which we keep on learning. So apart from his own thoughts, there are elementals also. They also cause some accidents. They will be cause of some accidents. Man's thought need not be there at all. Without even man's thought, some accidents will happen. Like burning, suddenly there is a short circuit and everything gets burnt. So in a fire, accidentally it happens. So many things will happen like that. A tree gets burnt like that. So many things happen, we know that. So without man's thought interfering at all, also so many accidents will happen. And man may, if he has got any thought, any small thought also, he may be a participant in that event. He may become like that in order to learn something. So how our thoughts should be, that is what is the intention of Percival. He again and again stresses that our thought region should be perfect. That is what he intends. And furthermore, what he says is, without any intention or without any desire, these things happen really. But because there is one thought and it has got its force, it's got its energy that has to form an event. So somehow it will pull us into the event, and the event will happen. That which we call as an accident. So it is possible for every one of us to get into some accident or the other because of our past thoughts. So that we should remember. So how a present thought should be, that is very important. That is what we learn.
Suppose two men are traveling in a mountainous country. By placing his foot on an insecure stone, one of them slips and falls into a ravine. His companion goes to the rescue, finds the mangled body below among the rocks, and close at hand he discovers, cropping out from the side of the ravine, a vein of gold. The death of the one who impoverishes his family and causes failure to some with whom he was in business. Because of that fall, the other discovers an ore deposit which becomes a source of wealth. Such an occurrence is said to be an accident, bringing death to one, sorrow and poverty to some, failure to others, and good luck to the comrade whose wealth is gained by chance. There is no accident or chance connected with such occurrences. Each of the events is in accordance with the working out of the law's destiny and is an exteriorization of some thought issued by the person affected, though beyond the limits of perception.
See, all these thoughts manifesting or materialization of thoughts is really something that is beyond our usual perception. That is a normal man's perception. But if he tries, definitely he can understand. So he has given a very beautiful example here. two persons are going on mountaineering, and they reach to the almost the top of the cliff, and but at the same time one person keeps his leg on an unstable stone, and he happens to fall down. The other man, who is trying to rescue his friend, goes below, and the person who has fallen into the ravine is dead and gone. The other person finds, to his amazement, by the side only a heap of gold. So with that he has got a bright future to prosper, because he has got that wealth. So the accident of one has caused wealth for the other, and the one who has met with an accident, he is gone. He would have had the trauma of death by an accident, and people belonging to him, they will go into poverty and suffering, and others connected also will be very much in pain and suffering. Whereas the other person, the person who lives, has got lot of wealth with which he can lead a very grand life. So our own thoughts, so when they materialize, one may have the same accident, but one may have same mountaineering, but one may have disastrous results, whereas the other may have miraculous results. So we can think of it depends upon the thoughts that each person has entertained. That is what Percival says. So we should always remember all these points. He stresses by telling, so giving us so many examples, so that we will remember every time. So it goes deep within us how to entertain a thought. So but Patriji goes on to tell us in PSSM, Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, he teaches us that it is not the thought that we can immediately correct, it is the word that has to be corrected. So word is there in our hands. So before releasing a word, we should be very, very cautious, very, very careful, and it should be edited several times before utter a word. So word is very carefully uttered, to be very carefully dealt with, so that the thoughts become themselves very much clean, and only beneficial thoughts are entertained. So the region that we have to correct is the Vakshetra, or the word. So before uttering anything, you think twice, thrice, or any number of times before it is uttered, it is put forth. So like that, in that way we also see that our thoughts are streamlined. Our thoughts, and we have a control over our thoughts, and we are very aware what thoughts we entertain. So first we should begin with our word region. So word region is very important. In due course, the thought region also will get rectified. So, and rectified means we will be more aware and conscious of the thoughts. So word is very important. So because the action and thought, they are not in our hands, they depend upon so many other factors, whereas word is there in our hands now, what we use. So those words should be very carefully released, in order that the thought region is rectified and our actions are also rectified. So that we ourselves don't bring about problems and accidents in our own lives. That is what they mean. So we have taken the example of from Patriji's teachings also. So in this connection, so Patriji goes on how practically we can rectify our thought region.
There is no accident or chance connected with such occurrences. Each of the events is in accordance with the working out of the law as destiny, and is an exteriorization of some thought issued by the person affected, though beyond the limits of perception. The one who was killed was a man whose allotted time had run its course, though his death could have occurred a little sooner or might have been postponed for a short time. The manner of his death had been predetermined to be sudden. Further, it was necessary, on account of his family and his business connections, that his relations to them be severed abruptly. Therefore, he suffered sudden death.
Yeah, Percival goes on to say, further explain to us, that the person who has been killed in an accident, it has been predetermined already that he should end his life abruptly with a shock. So, and the people who are connected also, he has got disconnected from them, and because of that, the people, these family members will have to undergo the suffering. So these are all the sufferings are meant to give us very good lessons, very good teaching. The entire life is full of such events. Now and then they come and go, intermittent with very good joyful events also. So like that, life is always designed in that way. So, and to understand it earlier itself is very difficult. Even after it happens, it is very difficult to understand what is happening. So we should go deep within us to find out the answers for all these things. The best method is to go into meditation and find out the reason for every event in our lives. The other person who has got the gold has designed his life in such a manner. He deserves that. That is why he has gone to the cliff, and because of the fall of another, his friend, he got this treasure. So how things are happening, the formation of events are amazing. So we should know all these things. How it has come to him, that also he should know. How the treasure came to him. It is because of his own thoughts. So how the two persons who are doing the same thing at the same time, but one ends with one result, very miraculous result. The other ends up with a disastrous result. So it is all because of our prior thinking, our own thoughts. They only form our own lives. So we should think that, we should know that perfectly that thought has created everything. Thought is creating everything for us now also, and thought will continue to create our future also. So how we entertain our thought with care and with utmost awareness, that is very, very important.
It is injurious to speak of accident and chance as events happening without cause and irrespective of law. Such unthinking use of the words fosters in people the belief that they may act or fail to act and not be held accountable. They come to believe that things may happen to them without cause, so they may dull their moral conceptions. They limit their views and reasoning to things on the physical plane. They trust to chance and are liable to become irresponsible.
Yeah, beautifully said by Percival. See, man always is trying to be irresponsible because he doesn't want to take that responsibility, that burden on himself. He doesn't want to put the blame on himself because he has been continuously been trained or continuously be habituated in blaming others. Everything happens because of our own thinking. He doesn't want to take that truth at all. So he avoids that. He doesn't want to understand that. But that will make him very dull. That will make his reasoning very, very poor. So the capacity to reason will become very, very shoddy and very not at all sharp, very dulled and dumbed. So that is what Percival says, that we should have that the responsibility. We should take up the responsibility by ourselves because everything is because of our own thoughts. The whole life is full of events. They are all born because of our thoughts only. So we should know this and take the responsibility and lead a life. And not only that, we also cause injury and suffering to others because of our own thought. So that also we should take in mind, and we should entertain such thoughts which will be very, very beneficial to us as well as to the others. So such miraculous thoughts or positive thoughts and miraculous thoughts only should be entertained in our minds. For that we should correct our word region. That is very important. We start with word region.
Accidents which happen to a community like a conflagration, cyclone, inundation or pestilence are likewise the exteriorization of thoughts of those affected. Under this head fall also the destruction of hamlets and cities and the devastation of countries like the ruthless razing of the Carthage, the sacking of Rome, the plundering of the Spanish settlements, etc. In these cases, the just suffer with the unjust. The unjust are the evil ones in the present, the just are the unrighteous of the past. Such destinies have been made by the action and inaction, the participation and indifference of the inhabitants in times such as those of the persecution of those in Netherlands, etc.
That we have seen in history that so many countries they get devastated, so many countries are being plundered, so many natural calamities happen. We come across so many things. If we read, we will know it. But there in that event, the huge event, even the just and unjust, they get involved into that sort of an event called accident. It will happen. But those are unjust are all such careless people who don't bother about anything. They only want to create some problem for the others. So they have been dishonest in their lives, that we know. But what about the people who are just, who are honest, who want to live a peaceful life, peace-loving people? So such people who are innocent, so-called innocent people, have been dishonest or have neglected the law because of their actions or their indifference to law and the general moral laws. So they have neglected all this in their past lives. So the past thinking has designed their future. So this incarnation, even if they are just, they are honest, also they participate in such great events, great accidents that have been happening. So the thought that was released never leaves us alone. It always continues to come behind us, and it will definitely form events in front of us. So we should be aware of that. We should know this first, take the responsibility, and our speech should be perfect. Then the other thing, the thought region is definitely will be cleansed. What we speak should be truth and also straightforward and to the point, and be in the present and talk. And so only situations should be noticed. We should take into consideration all those things and see that there is a law behind everything. It is not this carelessly we live here and go. No, there is a very great law. So we should be the law-abiding citizen of this cosmos. Cosmos definitely has a law, without which we see, ordinarily we see the planets, the sun, everything goes on in a certain order. So order is there. So we should abide by that. If we are going to go against it, then definitely we are in for trouble. So we should make our life so very great, an adventure to live by, and also a pleasure to be here. At the same time, learn so many things from others who had accidents. We have to learn from that also. So we should make ourselves very responsible. Otherwise, we only will create much harder things for us. So with this note, I think we have come to the end of the session. Over to Rajan sir.
So friends, today we have examined how accidents occur and what are the causes for accidents and how we could avoid the accidents. In fact, there is nothing better than being impeccable with our word and our thought. Once this is ensured, I think life will be worth living and enjoying. Thank you. Thanks to Madam Girija Rajan too. Bye for the present. Bye.